5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? This is Joev14 and I am here with
Mesonak from the TTV podcast.
Jeyo from this podcast.
You know, Jeyo, I think you should start going before me in name order, because it makes more sense to have the people that are actually part of this cast and then the affiliate
I agree.
next.
I always
Yes,
wondered about
well-
that, but Meso's always gone first, so it just seems natural.
Well, you know, sometimes some change must be brought to succeed. Anyway, carry on.
Yes, well, it does seem logical.
So, for our first segment, this should be quite short. We had a sighting of the Nerf Blazin bow,
Really?
which is basically an upgraded version of the Big Bad bow. It was briefly announced back at the New York Toy Fair, and people didn't think a whole lot about it because we haven't got a whole lot of information about it. There hasn't been anything else leaked on it up until now, but apparently it is now showing up on shelves in some stores for $20.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
That looks pretty shway. I forget what our opinions were when we were talking about it
I
initially.
think that's basically what you said, Meso. It's pretty shway.
One guy in the comments of a previous episode said he got tired of hearing shway.
Well,
so
if you're
perhaps we should
listening,
start using more descriptive terms.
if you're listening to this episode, Mr. Whatever your name is, sometimes you can't always get what you want, and you have to concede in life. Well, this is one of those instances. However, just for you, I will not say the word shway for the remainder of this episode.
What?
Now,
You're kidding, right?
Nope.
That's funny. It's like, well, you can't get what you want.
But
But
for
yeah,
this episode, I won't say shway.
This episode is gonna suck if you don't. Okay, I'll say shway.
no,
if
no,
the
no, no,
rest
no,
of
no, no.
I can't say.
Shall we
anything.
get back on topic?
Yes, please let us return to the topic at hand.
Okay. So basically, it's a bow.
Yes, it is. Good
Cool-looking
observation.
bow.
It's got fire and flair
Uh-huh.
and style and tricks
Uh-huh.
and oversized darts and all sorts of.
And according to the
does-
stuff, because it's part of the Mega Series, supposedly it shoots 100 feet. I am not sure if that's even possible.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Hold the show.
a-
Hold it. Oh, nope. That's just a mistake on my site. Because for a second I was like scrolling the page and I saw the secondary box art and I saw Big Bad Bow and I thought I was about to say I thought it was the Blazin bow. But
It is.
yeah, it's a prior one. How interesting.
So according to this, it says, "Who's ready for blah 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 blah?
Me!
Toy can hit targets from up to an impressive 40 feet away." So they lied.
Did that-
They said it hit 100. 40 feet's pathetic.
Is it?
Just dying. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
But would you
considering-
really want this giant missile being able to
Yes.
go 100 feet?
Who would snipe with this?
Who would
I mean,
want
I
this?
would, but I
Who
don't know if
wouldn't
you
want
would
this?
because you have expressed concerns about
Jeyo.
kids under the age of 13 wielding long-range weapons.
Jeyo.
Yes.
It's a bow that shoots giant foam rockets.
Yeah.
You can't complain.
Well, exactly. You can't complain. Sometimes you can't always get what you want in life, and this is one of those instances. Because personally, I don't know about you, I'm not ready to go all Crisis or Hunger Games on the IRL and start sniping with bows from trees and doing all this crazy stuff. It's kind of a mobile, on the move thing. I'd say mid to
Just
close range.
seeing someone with one of these would scare me.
Mid to close range. 40 feet's enough. 40 feet's enough.
Let alone your brother.
Maybe. And I mean, those rockets are huge.
Good observation.
You can't really miss.
Well,
Those things probably like fishtail like crazy and just hit everything.
what, did they split up like a cluster bomb?
That would be cool.
Would it?
No.
If you're facing it?
Especially if you had to put it back together.
Yeah. But hey, it would be a great way to get money. Disposable cluster bombs.
It's also a good way to get in trouble for messy rooms. That being said, I think there's not a whole lot to say about this. It's an upgraded big bad bow. It shoots like 5 feet farther. It's got a new color scheme. Cool.
Yeah.
And it looks more streamlined.
It does look
Well, it is more streamlined.
Yeah, but it's a very drastic improvement, in my opinion.
That being said, we should probably move on to our second topic.
Yes.
The one that I am most excited about. This past Thursday, Ace Attorney Dual Destinies was released in Japan.
Yes, it
And
was.
it's a pretty big deal because the last game was released 2009.
Yeah,
Am I right?
you're right.
So it's been quite a while since they released a game. They usually release one once every 1 or 2 years.
This is
And-
fascinating news. Sorry, do continue.
So like I was saying, I forgot what I was saying. The game, they haven't released a new game in quite a while. That being said, I forgot what I was saying. Meso, do you want to give everyone the rundown exactly of what Dual Destinies is?
Okay, Dual Destinies is the 5th main game in the Ace Attorney series that's not a spin-off title. It is the first game since the 3rd one, Trials and Tribulations, released in whatever the heck year it was released in, to feature Phoenix Wright as the main protagonist and not a side character. It has 3 different main protagonists. Phoenix Wright, Apollo Justice from the 4th game, and then a new character, Athena Sykes. And ton of returning characters. First 3DS game, digital download only, no retail release. 5 cases, unlike the larger amount which I had seen prior, which I guess was completely false. And 3D graphics, no sprites, orchestral soundtrack. It's gonna be great.
There
That
are a
interests me.
few things I want to say.
Okay, what do you want to say?
First of all, the fact that it's eShop exclusive
Yes.
makes me so disappointed for many reasons. First of all, it's going to be expensive, and there's no chance for a price drop because you won't ever get a chance to buy it used, so you'll always be buying it brand new.
Yeah.
Second, it's going to be a pain to download. It'll probably take like 3 hours just to download it. It's probably going to be like, I don't know even how many locks it would take, but... And the third reason that really bugs me is, this may just be me being a bit overly cautious. So my first DSi crashed, and
Yes.
I lost $40 worth of games on it, and it kind of sank me on the whole eShop thing. I haven't really bought anything expensive since then because
Well.
I'm afraid it's gonna happen again.
Well, good news about that is I had thought the same thing, and I did a little bit of research. There's this thing called Club Nintendo. Have you heard of it? Make an account.
Nope.
Okay. Just a quick brief on what that is. It's a program where for every Nintendo game you buy that's first party, it comes with like a code, and you can enter this code into this Club Nintendo website, and it gives you points, and you can accumulate points and get like rewards of nifty gear and assorted things related to Nintendo. You make this account, and it has a secondary feature. And you can basically register all your games to your Club Nintendo account, which you can link to your console. So if your console breaks, you just like can reassign it to a new console, which you may be able to get, and all your game licenses are stored in this account.
Mm-hmm. I
As
wish I
much
would've
as I
known
don't
that.
care for video games, that does sound pretty nifty.
I wish I would have known about that when my DSi crashed because I
I'm
lost
not
quite a bit
sure
of
if
stuff
it worked for DSIs or not. I think it's a new edition based on complaints from previous.
only on the 3DS.
Yeah, I think it's based on complaints from previous iterations of the DS.
Still, it's I don't know.
And
it's got
regarding
me a
paying
little bit
full
worried.
price, I personally enjoy these developers enough and want to support the series enough. I wouldn't pay for it used even if I could, because that will
But
hurt the
it's
chances of it getting localized.
but it's still 35 or 40 bucks.
Yes, it is 35 or 40 bucks.
I'm not sure if I've said this before, but I've never spent more than $25 on a handheld video game. I think actually might not even be $20 on a handheld video game.
I've never spent more than $0.
You're funny.
I tend to go with the used market. I don't like buying brand new stuff because it's always expensive, and as much as I would like to see this localized, I'm more interested in cutting the price in half of my own personal buy than having to spend full price, but it doesn't look like I'm going to have much of an option.
Nope.
Another thing, you mentioned there are only 5 cases?
Yeah, I was completely misinformed if I said before there were like 10. I don't know where I read that, but it obviously wasn't true.
Well, I'm looking on the wiki page and it says there's at least 6.
There's 5.
Link.
Wait, no, you're right. There's 6. Just one of them is paid DLC. It's not actually included with the game.
Oh, what? What do you mean paid
That's-
DLC?
I was gonna offer. This is a bit of news because I wasn't sure if this is what you were gonna talk about or not.
Nope.
The game's getting DLC.
Downloadable content.
Okay, yes, downloadable content. There's
So basically, it's like additional maps for, like, Call of Duty or something.
pretty much.
Except for its cases.
It has multiple. Well, it's not all just cases. Here's the thing. There's multiple different types of DLC. One of them is outfits, which because it's 3D, you can basically
I have
customize your
zero interest in
characters.
that.
Yeah, it's not exactly. They're gonna be like dirt cheap, and it's like an optional thing. Like they have Phoenix's old suit, and then they have some sort of casual wear for Apollo. It's pretty strange.
And then a sailor suit for, what's her face?
Athena.
Athena.
Yeah. The second kind is going to be this thing called. Let's see, what is it actually called?
Turnabout Return?
No. Well, that is the case. Yeah, I may as well talk about that first. Turnabout Return, and it's gonna be like an aquarium entertainer that hires Phoenix to defend her partner, the orca Ale, against a murder charge.
I just have one thing to say about this.
Yes.
Objection!
Yep. The next thing, it's gonna be called Turnabout Quiz Deduction, and
Okay, what now?
it's well, first of all, I guess I should say the costume pack in Japan is gonna be like free, so there's possibly gonna be additional
I'm still
ones.
quite bummed
for the
about the
US.
fact that it's not going to be an actual game. Then again, I do kind of like the idea of having downloadable stuff. It just seems like a good way to build upon it. Eventually, maybe having the ability to create your own cases or download
Yeah.
future ones without having to create a whole new game.
Exactly. Here's the thing. This is the Turnabout Quiz Deduction. It asks you to piece together goings-on at the Write Anything agency. The prologue is unlocked upon finishing the game, while the actual content will be released weekly from August 1st to August 15th. Here's the catch. That is not going to be localized, because it requires an in-depth knowledge of Japanese culture in order to play it, apparently.
That stinks.
Yes, it does. However, it's there for the Japanese.
Why do the Japanese get all the good stuff?
Because the games are made over there.
I know, everything's made in Japan or China. Am I right?
Yes.
No. Almost everything.
Moving on, there were a couple more things that I wanted to point out. Let's see if I can remember them. Oh, another thing. Apparently the game is rated M.
Yes.
That surprised me quite a bit.
I've seen
Not
why
that
it's rated M. It's just like blood and gore,
Ah,
not to more
is it
intense
that much?
levels.
Is it really that much worse than the original games?
Yes, that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
I don't personally think it's that bad to warrant that bad of a rating. However, they give games like Halo M rating, and obviously that has more realistic depictions of violence. But I think Ace Attorney is gonna have more blood than like a first-person shooter from here on out. They're very gory.
I'm a little bit worried about that because I've never really liked it when they turn games into stuff like that. They don't really need to have it, but
Depends on the type of
not
murder.
like there's anything I can do about it.
Yeah. It's not gratuitous or anything. Well, that's a lie. It can't be it. But I'm not gonna say anymore. But that's why.
Okay. I also noticed that the voice acting for Phoenix has changed. Is there someone else voicing the characters now? Because
Yeah.
when he yells objection, it sounds nothing like the original game.
They used to have Capcom employees voice the characters. Now they have professional voice actors.
I liked the old one better, though.
But Joe,
I
I have something to add. Still no release date. Another day, another lack of a release date.
Though we do know it is fall. You are correct. It will be fall.
Unless they pull a last minute delay, which I would hate.
I have a feeling it's not going to be because all they have to do is have the sound or the text translated. Because they don't have to create a whole new game, they don't have to do all the stuff that they usually do. All they have to do is put it up for downloadable content, which is another good thing because it means that they're going to be able to get it out there a lot faster.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm actually kind of liking the whole downloadable thing. It's the only thing I don't like is the price. It's going to be so expensive, and I just don't like the idea of having to spend 35 or 40 bucks on a handheld video game.
Yeah, I'm with you there. But
It better really be fantastic, like topping Trials and Tribulations, which at the moment has me very sucked in. The last case is quite
well,
amazing.
do you know what team is making it?
Hmm?
The team that made the original 3 games is not the one developing it. It's the team that made Investigations.
I liked both.
Same.
Investigations
was a personal favorite of mine, so that doesn't really bother me.
I heard a lot of bad things about Investigations.
Me too, and I can understand why, but I personally
Why?
wasn't bothered by it.
When I played it, the only thing that bugged me was the fact that it's kind of on the short side, but other than that, I quite liked it.
I like the fact all the cases were kind of interconnected for one larger main goal, which apparently is the same with dual Destinies.
Uh-huh. How they jump around a lot. They have different time periods. It always bugs me when you sit in the same time period for a long time playing the same character. But both Trials and Tribulations and Investigations, you're jumping around a lot in time.
Apparently you're going to be jumping around a lot in dual Destinies too, from what I've heard.
I have no problem with that.
Both in protagonists and time periods.
Sounds fun to me.
Yeah.
I forgot what my question was. Oh yeah, why do you think Investigations didn't get that good feedback?
Well, a lot of people didn't think that the final antagonist and like the final confrontation lived up to that of other games. Like the last 2, and then the first one, and then even Apollo Justice, which you haven't gotten to yet, I don't think. And I can kind of understand, but I thought that the main overall arching plot kind of made up for it, because it wasn't like he was a bad antagonist at all by any means, and it was a refreshing take, but some people were a little bothered. Then there's of course the people that like the original cast of characters and don't want to see them go.
Well, then you could have the same complaints for Apollo Justice, right?
Yep. And they did have the same complaints for Apollo Justice.
I don't mind it. I like the introduction of new characters. And I particularly like Edgeworth. He's probably my favorite character in the series.
Yeah.
That was kind of random, wasn't it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I forgot what I was gonna say next. I liked. Ooh, I probably shouldn't say that. Spoilers. I'll just leave it out.
Okay.
I can't remember if I've already spoiled stuff. I don't think I have. So, I think that is pretty much it, unless you want to say anything, Meso.
Other than I'm looking forward to the release of the game and I'm eager for a release date soon and would recommend it to you, Jeyo. No, I have nothing to add. So yeah. This has been pretty shway for a shorter show. Oh no, bro!
There it is.
No!
I thought you said you weren't gonna say that.
Have it, I'm sorry. No!
You said it right at the end, too, Meso.
Oh.
Was that seriously an accident, or did you
That was
pull
an
that
accident. I'm sorry.
I'll cut it out if you really want.
Well, I'm sure he'll forgive you.
But y'all.
But then again, as you said,
Yes.
can't get everything.
Yeah.
So.
Can't get everything. Okay.
Alright. Thank you for listening, everybody. This is our 16th episode of Facecast, and I was here with...
Jeyo from, well, yeah, this podcast.
And Mesonak.
What am I supposed to say? Because since I'm the one starting it out this time, then it seems kind of odd to say I'm from this podcast, because I obviously am.
Yes.
But if I say after Meso says he's from a different place, so then it sounds more...
Yes.
Yeah,
Goodbye,
you get the point.
everyone.
We just wasted a whole minute and a half arguing about which podcast we're from when everybody already knows where we're from.
See you guys.
Well, no, this might be someone's first time.
No.
Oh, the irony.
Anyways, yeah, we were here with...
And I'm Joev14.
Okay, you know what?
I forgot to say my name,
This is over.
actually.
You didn't forget to say. Okay.
Yeah, I totally forgot to say my name.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Released.
Huh?
Never mind. Just never.